Hello again, everyone. It's Brandy from Brandy Gale Health and Fitness. I just wanted to come talk to you tonight a little bit about seasoning your food. So yesterday I was talking about feeding your picky family while you're trying to eat healthy, and like I said, one of the common misconceptions with eating healthy means that your food has to be bland, and I want to share with you that that's not the case. There are so many different spices and things that you can use to season your food, and it makes it taste even more amazing. So to start with, one of the things that when we start eating healthy, one of the things that is recommended is to cut out as much sugar and salt as you can. So I used to be just strictly salt and pepper girl, so I would season everything with salt and pepper, maybe some garlic or whatever every now and then, but it was always garlic salt or things like that. So I never really used much other than salt and pepper, but since I've started this journey, I have found different recipes and things that use different seasonings, and my cabinet now is stocked full of seasonings, and I am even getting into using fresh herbs. Have you had cilantro? Oh my goodness, the smell of it is absolutely divine, and the taste is just amazing. So I love the cilantro, and it's really reasonable. I get it all at Aldi's for less than $1. Cutting out salt and finding things to season with instead. You can try an all-purpose seasoning. Sorry, I'm going to look at my notes to read what goes in the all-purpose seasoning here. So with the all-purpose seasoning, it's garlic powder, onion powder, ground mustard, pepper. I really like white pepper. It seems to have a little bit of a richer flavor than black pepper. And just a teeny bit of sea salt, and you... Is that it? Yep. Sorry. Yep, that's it. And then you just mix all of that together, and that's an all-purpose seasoning that works well for anything from meat to vegetables. Now, when I say I'm using salt, I'm not using iodized salt. I actually buy pink Himalayan salt. So it's got different minerals and stuff in it. It's not just salt, but you have to be careful when you're using this sea salt because it is very powerful salt. So if you put as much of this as you put table salt on your food, it's going to be way too much. So a little bit goes a long way with your pink Himalayan salt. So another seasoning that I use that I absolutely love is lemon pepper. I put lemon pepper on a lot of vegetables. Seriously, if you haven't tried it, just give it a try. It is so good. Dill is another great flavorful seasoning that you can use. It works well on fish and eggs. Another seasoning for eggs is ground mustard. Let's see. Cinnamon is a great spice to add to a sweet potato. I like my sweet potatoes cut in half with some coconut oil on there and coconut flakes and cinnamon, and it is so good. And cinnamon's also good for oatmeal and apples. I add it to my Shakeology every now and then, and it gives it a little kick. Bay leaves is another thing that I use quite a bit. Add it to soups and roasts and whole chickens. So when I don't buy a rotisserie chicken normally unless they're on sale for a really good deal. Normally I'll buy the whole roaster chickens when they're on sale for like $1 or $1.25 a pound, and I'll buy a larger one. When you take it out of the package, of course you take the insides out, you rinse it off, put salt and pepper on it, cut an onion into fourths, and I put it in the crock pot all day with the bay leaf, and I let it cook all day, and then I have a rotisserie chicken at home that cost me $2 or $3 instead of $5 or $6. So that's another tip for you. Turmeric is another seasoning that's great to use on chicken, and turmeric actually has anti-inflammatory properties, so so if you have a lot of problems with arthritis and other things that is inflaming your body, try using turmeric to season your foods with, or you can actually make a turmeric tea. Now, I hear that it's a very strong tasting tea, so when you start making it, make sure you make it mild and then add more seasoning as you go to get used to it. So Another thing, if you're looking to do Mexican type food, I don't buy taco seasoning packets anymore. I make my own at home, and that is chili powder, oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, cumin, paprika, and sea salt, and I mix that together. If you want it to be a little bit more spicy, then you can add cayenne pepper or red pepper flakes to it, but that's what I use as my taco seasoning all the time. So it's a little bit healthier, doesn't have quite as much salt and additives to it as the store-bought seasoning does. If you're looking for an Italian flair, of course, you can buy just the Italian seasoning mix. They've already got it mixed together. Otherwise, it's parsley, rosemary, sage, oregano, basil, thyme, and garlic powder if you want the garlic in there. And you mix those together, and it's an Italian seasoning for your meat, for spaghettis, or things like that. And then the other thing I wanted to say is don't forget about whole foods seasonings, which I'm not real sure if that's the way that the correct term for them, but onions and diced onion and diced peppers are a really great way to add a lot of flavor to your food, and it adds color to your food as well. So those are just a few tips for seasoning your food, and I hope that kind of helps you with seasoning it and getting you away from thinking that food has to be bland if it's going to be healthy. So I hope you found this helpful, and catch me tomorrow night and we will talk a little bit more about some of these other things with eating healthy with your picky family. Have a nice night.